69. What does it mean to fire for cause?
The term cause, sometimes referred to as good cause or just cause, means that you, the employer, have a reason to terminate an employee. What reasons do employers typically have to terminate employees? Broadly speaking, the categories fall into one of four areas: policy and procedure violations, substandard job performance, inappropriate workplace conduct, attendance, tardiness problems. See question 75 for an explanation of these areas. Tell me more. What becomes important in the termination process is the discretion that you exercise as an employer. First and foremost, you should attempt, whenever possible, to document company rules and regulations so that employees are aware of your expectations. That's the role of employee handbooks and policy and procedure manuals. Second, you must be consistent in the application of your own rules. Workers have the right to consistent and predictable employer responses when a rule is violated. In other words, problems cannot be corrected on an ad hoc basis without your being perceived as arbitrary or unreasonable. In addition, remember that when perceived unfairness occurs to a member of a protected group, a discrimination charge may be sustained. Third, the discipline must be appropriate for the offense. Occasional poor performance or a minor transgression, known as a de minimis infraction, is certainly actionable but probably not cause for termination. An employee's performance track record and prior disciplinary history should certainly be taken into account. Fourth, remember that you have more discretion when dealing with conduct infractions than you do when dealing with performance or attendance problems. Conduct that is egregious may be grounds for immediate dismissal, otherwise known as a summary dismissal. The logic is simply this: if an employee engages in gross negligence or is caught using drugs on company premises, you've probably got a clear shot at a quick and defensible termination. On the other hand, courts and juries expect companies to provide the full span of progressive discipline to an employee who is having difficulty performing the duties of the job or who is excessively absent or tardy. The logic here? You hired him, so if he's not doing the job the right way, you should have been more diligent in the selection process. Now you're obligated to help the individual improve his performance to meet minimum company expectations. Ditto with the employees who suffer from excessive absenteeism or tardiness. They may be going through a difficult period in their lives, and the company is expected to exercise restraint before removing them from the job. The steps that your company takes in providing progressive discipline that may ultimately result in a termination for cause are up to you. Most companies apply a three-step system that includes a verbal correction meeting, a written warning, and then a final written warning before termination. These steps are part of your written policies and past practices. As a rule of thumb, follow the paradigm that you've established unless doing so would make you, the employer, appear irresponsible. In other words, don't give employees 3 chances to steal, embezzle, or punch their bosses in the nose. Those, again, are conduct infractions, and no court or jury would expect a company to provide progressive discipline in such cases.